Hi everybody in the internet world. I'm having phone issues. It's my fat fingers, I guess. I hitting the wrong buttons. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I retook my test today, and I did pretty good. I passed it with a 90. I only missed 2, so that makes me feel better. Of course, I had to take it twice, but it's okay. I still have some studying to do on that, I think. Still not a perfect grade, which is, I guess I'm striving for perfection. I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who looks out for me and who is trying to protect and to support me and my channel. And I want to thank my contributors, Jackie, Terry, Eleanor, the Tarot Twins, Silver Goddess, everybody who is Silver Goddess Tarot, everybody who is trying to help and support me. And update on Kevin's bed. The rails, of course, don't go all the way, so nothing they can do about it. That's what we have to live with. So I guess if he falls out, we'll just have to sue the manufacturer, because one size does not fit all. But maybe they know what they're doing, because he hasn't fallen out yet, so that's a good thing. I gotten a sunburn the other day when I was out mowing the lawn, which I got to do again. It's really chilly here today. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm a little cold. I think Mother Nature is fed up with things. I know that the person in the White House is trying to fire some federal workers that happen to be Democrats. Not that they're not doing their job, it's just that they happen to be a Democrat. So, and he's making it harder for women to vote. I guess now you have to show ID, which I thought you always had to show ID when you were voting. But anyway, if your name does not match your birth certificate, they're not going to let you vote. So for those women who took our husband's last names, as we normally do, or we might have to hopefully have all of our Social Security numbers if we've been married multiple times. That shows who we are. That kind of leaves a trail of who we are, I guess. I don't get it. But it is what it is, and we'll figure out a way around it. Because they can't suppress our right to vote because we've changed our name. Whether you've changed it legally or you were adopted or whatever the case may be, they cannot suppress our vote. Whether we are Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever, they cannot suppress our right to vote. And we will not allow it. We will not allow that. So I am not going to do a reading on that. I am going to do my normal readings on somebody out there who may need it. If anybody has came up with a easy to spell email address for me, please drop me an email and let me know so I can keep kind of those emails without getting lost. Because if somebody wants a consultation or a reading with me and they send me an email to June and Holly, it might get lost in all of my hoopla that I have going on. And trust me, I have a lot of hoopla that I have going on with beds and doctors and lawyers and such. Oh my. But anyway, Uh, you know, I've been asked how I stay so positive and so upbeat. Well, I I would say I do therapy, but I don't talk to a therapist right now. Um, I have a friend that's a therapist and she helps me out a lot. Um, and doing this, distracts me from myself or my issues. And also sometimes, when I do like mowing the grass or doing brick therapy, as I call it, or stick therapy, when I'm just out there picking up sticks or I'm laying bricks down in the greenhouse, which I haven't been able to do lately because it's been raining or very wet and I can't get my vehicle back there to get them. So, oh well, either walk, roll the wheelbarrow down there, and that might be another therapy, wheelbarrow therapy. But I try to, when I'm feeling down, I try to address the issue with the individual that is making me feel that way, even if it's myself. And if there isn't anything that I can do, like there's not a whole lot I can do about what's in the White House except for voice my opinion and tell everybody, hey, this isn't right. Our democracy is going to pot. And I don't mean the good kind. I mean hell in a handbasket, as they call it. But I mean, and I protest as much as I can. I try to go to every protest that's near me because I can't go too far from Kevin. And of course, unless I have somebody that I really trust, which like Sheila or my daughter, that would be here to take care of Kevin, or his brother, that would be here to take care of him while I went somewhere and really spoke up or went to every place I could go to speak up. But I'm needed here, so I try very hard to make my voice known and my opinion known anyway. And some people don't always agree with it, but it's okay. It is what it is. So if you don't agree, that's okay. We can agree to disagree. I'm cool with that. And I hope that everyone else is too. I don't want to ramble on today. I studied hard all day and my brain is kind of doing credit. Debiting is increasing, credit isn't decreasing. Anyway, I get that all backwards sometimes, a lot of times. But anyway, I try to stay positive. I try to keep myself busy and I try to do things that relax me. Like I'm working on my curtain back here. As you can see, I have gotten a leaf done. I did that yesterday. I'm proud of me. So I try to do things that occupy my mind and occupy my hands so I don't get as big as the house, because, sometimes we use food as comfort, especially in the South. We celebrate by eating. We are upset, we eat. If we're going out, we're eating, So it's like food is an obsession with us in the South, For me, Sunkist is obsession. Which I've been trying to cut back on. I've been trying to drink a little bit more water. They say it's better for you. I don't know. I think I'm pretty healthy. At least the doctors say I am. So I try to stay that way. But as far as keeping positive goes, I really do try to distract myself from things I can't control. If it's something I can control, I try to address it and get it out of the way and handle it and to the best of my ability to handle it. And I'm sorry if I'm getting shadows on things. This is weird. It's like, I don't know. It's like I got a shadow in here. It's not a orb. It's just a shadow. across my face. But anyway, I'm going to be using the Mystic Fairy deck. I really like this deck. It looks like it has dragons on the back. It's a thinner deck, so it's not, I mean, it's durable, but it's easier to shuffle for those of us who have harder times shuffling the thicker ones. But I am going to see if Universe has anything that it wants to say to anybody out there in YouTube world. And I really hope that you guys like my content and like and subscribe to my channel. And please tell everybody, you know, you be the mouth of the South. Tell everybody that it's a good channel, if you think it is. And if you don't, then don't bother. But it really, you know, a lot of people will watch the videos and they don't even hit the like button or subscribe button. And, you know, it really helps me if you do that. And it costs you nothing. You know, you can do whatever you need to do, but it doesn't cost you anything to hit like and subscribe. And I am really trying very hard to hit 10,000 subscribers. My very dear friend Eleanor has agreed to with me raffle off a quilt, and you will be able to see the progress of her making this quilt that you may have a chance to win. And they're beautiful. I don't know if you've ever gone to her page, but I mean, she has some beautiful, she's talented. I've tried quilting and woo, that's hard. That's hard. Hats off to you, Eleanor, for quilting. And I haven't heard from Miss Jackie in a while. I hope she's doing well, or Terry. I saw Gina on my live, which I am excited about. Haven't really heard from the twins on here lately or on my live. They were on one of my lives, which was really pretty cool, I thought. But anyway, the more the merrier, I always say. So let's see what the universe has to tell somebody out there today. I will have to put my glasses on because I really can't see these cards that well without my glasses. Some cards I know like the back of my hands, like the Mystic Dreamer that I used yesterday. I know that deck like the back of my hand. I've used it a lot. It was my favorite deck for a while. So I don't need my glasses too much on that one. Well, there's 3 cards right there that just didn't even want to be in with the shuffle. So we'll just leave them there. And we'll see what else. There's a couple more laid down. Wow. Okay, let's shuffle one more time. So the universe has to tell somebody out there. Maybe this scarf is giving me trouble too. Maybe I just need to take the scarf off. These silk scarves. It was Miss Sue's though, so I love it. It was part of her, and I miss her. But anyway, see what universe has to say to me. Is that all you have to say? Is those cards there? Okay. Sure. Okay. Sure. So, first is the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn type of person. And Capricorns are very organized usually, and they're very money, they're able to save. They should all be accountants. I mean, they're able to save. They're good at spending somebody else's money, but not their own. So, I mean, they are very good savers. They really are. If they want to do something, they're going to save the money to be able to do it. And they'll create whatever it is they need to create to get there. And they are very good at organizing. They really are. Very good at putting things together. They make wonderful fashion designers. They really do. So, Capricorns are good with money. However, maybe not so much with emotion. I mean, this is the High Priestess, and I think sometimes they don't listen to their intuition. I think that they second guess themselves. So if you're out there second guessing yourself and you're a Capricorn, you need to try to listen to that intuition, because you have a very good one, especially when it comes to finance. But you have a very good intuition when you know that somebody's hurting and you choose to ignore it. That's not listening to your intuition. You need to step up a little bit, give them a hug, or, just a phone call and say, I love you, whatever it is. So try to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you you're being neglectful in emotion areas. Travel. They're going places. Higher education. Learning different cultures. Wanting to be, and this is the first major or second major arcana card that we got. We got the High Priestess, and we got this one. And this one, a lot of people think it's the end of a cycle, because it is the last card in the tarot deck. As far as majors go, it's the last one. But you know what? It isn't about that. It's about learning things. It's about going places. It's about learning different cultures and different things and thinking outside your box. Learning how to be a pilot, or learning how to be a ditch digger. It doesn't matter. Or learning how to be an accountant. You never know. And since this is a Capricorn type of person, hey, there's a lot of different ways to get to one place. And Capricorns do like to venture out with what they like to venture out with, whether it be rock concerts or comedians or football games or whatever. They like what they like, and they will find a way to get there. So travel on, my friend, Capricorn. Travel on. Sometimes they feel like, family, they need to stand their ground with their family. And yes and no. It's like your family should be, not all families are like this, but they should be your foundation. You should try to spend a little bit of time with them, if you can. If you can't, that's okay too. You don't have to be so steadfast. Well, I've got to do it my way. I've got to be stubborn. I'm standing my ground. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not neglecting nobody. I'm not, I can hear it now. But you know what? Sometimes it's okay to step back, and it's okay to visit. It's okay even if you just call for a second or come over for a second. It's okay. Nobody is asking you to give up your values for a visit. No one. So visit your family. Don't be so damn stubborn. Use some of that travel plans to go visit friends and family. And here again is the paper and accounting and numbers and organization and creativity. Like I say, this is a Capricorn. You guys design. You guys have like vision boards and things of that nature. You're very much a seer. You tend to go with what you can see, and I think you need to start listening to your intuition a little bit. Help those who help you. And a Two of Pentacles, reverse, which tells me that you're not in balance with priorities, maybe. You're not in balance of what is the most important thing. And it's, it could be a lack of age. It could be a lack of level, that you are not in balance with that. Sometimes we want what we want, and that's it. It doesn't matter. if the electric doesn't get paid. I want this pillow, or I want this football trip, or I want this whatever it may be. But you need to get your priorities straight. You pay those things first, and then you go play. Okay? So that is your advice for today, for sure, is to get yourself in balance and realize that you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you have to make those hard choices of what needs to be paid and what you want to pay. Because trust me, I hate paying insurance. Ugh, I think it's a waste of money. But, you know, hey. And this their final card is about, this is like a Pisces type of person. And it's like, yeah, it's easy to go with the flow. You know, hey, you know, I'm over here with these people. I'm going to, you know, think as they do. I'm over here with these people. I'm going to think as they do. Well, what about the way you think? What about what matters to you? What matters to you? Does your family matter at all? If not, doesn't matter. But you don't have to bend to whichever group you're hanging with. You can be yourself. You should be able to be yourself no matter what group you're hanging with. So I say, if you're going with the flow all the time and you're just not being true to yourself, that's not fair. And you're not being fair to yourself either. And if you're letting people take advantage of you or manipulate you because you're trying to go with the flow, well, that's not cool either. So think, is this really me? Is this who I am while I'm over here with this group of people? Is this really who I am? Or am I just agreeing because I don't want to go against the grain? Or if you're over here, is this who you really are? Or do you just not want to go against the grain? You need to meet in the middle and make sure that you're speaking your mind if something is uncomfortable on either side of that fence. The grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence, unfortunately. But if it's not your fence to be crossing, so it doesn't really matter. So what matters to you is what I would say to this Capricorn individual out here, or Capricorn temperament individuals. A lot of us have Capricorn or in our moon or our sun or our rising or whatever, but it's a Capricorn type of person. I want to say to you right here, right now, that you need to speak your truth. And you need to balance what you want versus what you need. And there are sometimes two different things. It's great when they're the same thing. You want lights, so you got to pay for them, you know? So sometimes it's the same thing. Most of the time, it's not the same thing for you anyway. And start listening to your intuition. Realize when it's speaking to you loud and clear and you're choosing to ignore it because you're with a certain crowd. Be true to yourself and be true to those who are true to you. So with all that being said, guys, that's kind of a bummer reading, but hey, I guess somebody needs to hear it. Anyway, I hope everybody likes and subscribes. And again, if you want a private consultation with me, I'll put it in the description so that you can get a private consultation with me. Hopefully, I don't skim over it in my email right now, but I do want some ideas on something that's easy to spell and easy to remember, like ESP 123 or something. I don't know, but something fun, something easy to remember and not too long, like Mouth of the South, because that's just too long. And people, if you have fat fingers, you kind of might miss or transpose or something, miss a letter, who knows. And I know my phone's been doing that a lot lately. It'll put out, I'll be saying thanks, and then I get AN, and I'm like, what? I didn't mean Ann, I meant thanks. But anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And until next time, stay mystical. Tarot Queen, Mouth of the South is out of here.